Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Living in Exhortation. My name is More Mwendwa, and today we're going to be talking about career plateau. When do we realize that it is time to jump ship? Many of us go through a certain phase in our careers where we basically climb up the corporate ladder and we are enjoying that phase of growth and learning. However, all of a sudden, you reach a stage where you are no longer moving forward. You feel like you have learnt a lot at this stage and are coming across nothing new. You actually feel like you have hit a ceiling and no one seems bothered enough to notice that your efficiency is dwindling. This is what a career plateau looks like. In this case, one finds themselves in a situation where some people from within your circle might admire what you do and even how you do it, but deep down inside, you are bored. One feels like they are doing the same things the same way over and over again. This can actually be more prevalent in organizations that love to maintain the status quo. Those whose motto is in the line of, if it ain't broken, why fix it? If you're a person who is intrigued with innovation or loves to be energized by creativity around you, you will realize pretty fast that you want more and you might not find it there. So, what are some of the signs that tell you it's time to jump ship? We have already talked about one: boredom. When what you do on a day to day basis no longer excites you, when you don't wake up in the morning with an enthusiasm on what you are looking forward to achieve on that specific day or even that week, that should bother you. Secondly, when you realize that the culture and the goals of the organization you work in do not align with yours anymore. When one grows in their career, their mind also shifts and develops in a manner where their worldview changes over time. Our perspectives switch, and therefore, we start having a wider perspective on how things work. When you realize that this kind of growth and acceleration is not being kept up at the same pace by the organization you work in, then it's time to look elsewhere. Lastly, when you are disconnected from your line of work, when you find yourself showing up physically but you are mentally absent, it's time to weigh in on your options and look further out. This is because not only do others notice from your demeanor, it also affects your productivity as you are no longer looking forward to grow in the work that you do. Therefore, this may lead to less input, which might make things worse, as not only do you stagnate, you digress and your influence moves backwards. There's a quote by Robin Sharma where he says, "The grade of work you offer to the world reflects the strength of the respect you have for yourself." I really do love that quote. Anyway, moving forward. This is not the time to gamble on your future. It is time to take charge of it and set clear direction on where you'd like to see yourself. It's time to make that move, that shift that will be in alignment to your goals. This has to happen fast. If not, you may miss that window of opportunity and get stuck even longer. Now, I understand. Some of us do not have the luxury to resign from our workstations just like that. Let's be real. It is a scary scenario, especially if you know you cannot sustain yourself or your family financially over the next couple of months if you are out of a job. In this case, here's what you can do. You can go ahead and pivot the skills that you already have, the experience that you have gained so far, in order to start your own side gig. It doesn't have to be in the exact line of work that you are doing in order to avoid a conflict of interest based on your contract with the organization you work for. All you need is to figure out, as Steve Harvey always asks, what is that one thing you can do the absolute best with the least amount of effort? Actually, this should fuel you up to get your creative juices going. You can work on it for as long as you like, and then when things start looking up, you can decide if you'd like to go into it full time or continue pivoting with your current job. Yes, it's easier said than done because it requires a lot of courage to start. Nevertheless, I implore you, please do. There is no better time to begin than now. I am rooting for you. Food for thought? I choose to believe so. Well, we've come to the end of our episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next time, take care of yourselves and have a good one.